What's up, guys? This is Car Wyne and welcome to my journey to entrepreneurship. Alright, guys, I've been reading Think and Grow Rich right here. It's a pretty good book. It is like the best book. It's one of the best books that I have ever read. So I really recommend you guys to read it. And it's mostly about your mindset, how you have to think to actually be rich. And he proved a lot of things about how you can actually think just thinking, and you will change your life, and it will also change your perspective on life, and also you will get lots and lots of income just by thinking differently. Yeah, it's pretty powerful, and I believe that you should read it. So today I want to tell you guys about the difference between marketing and sales. So um the reason that I decided to tell you guys about this is because even though it is quite basic, most people don't know that because they're just selling things. When we get things, we just want to sell and we just want to get income. So we just buy some things and resell things in a higher price so that we will get profit, right? But if you understand the difference between marketing and sales, you will get lots more customers because you will know the process behind the things that you are doing. So you have to do marketing first, and then only you will get to sales, and then you have to do closing. Now, what's the difference between those three? So marketing is the act of getting your customers into your funnel. So now, what is your funnel? Your funnel is something that you're going to take your customer through, or even though you don't have a funnel, you can still use marketing. So I just explained the basis of marketing. So marketing means that you're going to attract the customer's attention, grab the customer's attention, and come to me, right? You are going to grab the customer's attention, and you're going to show your customers and make them aware of your product. Now that is marketing. You're going to get the customers to you. That is marketing. So what is selling? Selling is the act of overcoming the objections of your customer. So when you have already attracted your customer by using marketing tactics, then you're going to have to use selling tactics. Now, selling tactics will be overcoming your customers' objections. Now, your customer will always have objections, right? So mostly over 80% of your customers will have objections, like why should they buy your product? Why should I buy your product? Why should I spend lots of money on your product, right? Why is your product so expensive? I don't have money. I have other alternatives. I don't want to buy this one. I don't know how to use this. You have to overcome those objections by telling some different things, telling stories, or you have to make your offer irresistible. Like if they have one of the objections, like I don't have enough money, then you can do payment plans. You'll be like, don't worry about it, I have payment plans for you. Or you can do promotions. Don't worry about it, I have promotions for you. I have promotions for this product. There are lots of things that you can do to really overcome the objections. So that is selling. Now, what is closing? Closing is when you make the customers believe that they have to act right now, right this moment. They have to act it. So like, why should they buy right now? If you don't give them the reason to buy right now, they're going to take the time to think about it. So when they go back home and think about it and discuss with their parents and discuss with their husbands and wives, then they are going to have different opinions. But if you give them the reason to act right now, if you give them the reason to buy right this moment, then they're going to buy it. If there's no reason to do that, like they can be like, oh, I can buy this tomorrow, so I just think more about that, right? I just consider more whether I should buy or whether I should not buy. I just consider more because I have more time. But if you limit the time, if you make them feel like they have to buy right now or they will not get discount anymore, buy now and you will get 50% discount. Buy now and you will get this free extra thing, right? So there are lots of ways that you can do that. But if you do that, then you will get lots more customers because they are going to buy right now, because they have the fear of missing out that extra bonus or that discount. Because once someone buys the discount and they're not going to buy that, then they'll be like, oh, if I'm going to think more about that tomorrow, and if I buy tomorrow, then I'm not going to get that discount. so somebody else will get that discount and they will be having more benefit than me. They think like that, guys. So people are like that, so we have to give them the reason to buy right now, or they will not buy that instant anymore. And when they go back home and think more about that, then there's a high chance that you're going to lose that customer. So the reason for all of this video that I'm making, I mean, all of this video that I'm making, the reason for that is because I yesterday I watched. I was pretty sick and I couldn't make the video. I'm still sick right now, honestly. And I was watching a video on YouTube, which was like Jordan Belfort. Do you guys know Jordan Belfort? With the Wolf of Wall Street. If you guys have watched that video, it's pretty cool, right? And it is true story. So Jordan Belfort and Grant Cardone, who is also a great entrepreneur, a great businessman, right? So they were having an argument, like a really, really long argument in their interview. They were having an argument back and forth about marketing and sales. Actually, they were talking about sales, but they were not talking about marketing at all. And then after the interview, they make response to each other with a new video because they were not okay in the interview. They were about to fight in the interview. Like, it was a really, really interesting video. Like, seriously, they were both businessmen, really, really famous businessmen, and then they were about to get into fights. Yeah, sometimes it happens. So anyways, they were talking about sales, and then they were having some arguments like, what do you talk about, how do you overcome the objections and such. And then after the interview, Jordan Belfort made a response video to Grant Cardone, and he was explaining about the difference between marketing and sales, and he was implying that Grant Cardone didn't know the difference between marketing and sales. He was so stupid and such. That's what he was talking about. And I got that idea, and I wanted to explain you guys from what I learned from Jordan Belfort, and also what I learned from Stephen Larsen. So those three things that I explained to you guys, that was from what I learned. That was what I learned from Stephen Larsen, right? And Jordan Belfort talked about the exact same thing. So even though sometimes we have different opinions on marketing and sales, guys, if you are getting the income that you really, really want, then I don't think there will be any problem. But if you want more income, if you want more customers, then I believe that you should know the difference between the marketing and sales. Only then you will know which one you should use more. If you are getting less customers, then you should do more marketing. If you are getting more customers but you cannot sell them on your courses or your products or services, then you should learn more selling. But if you are also overcoming the objections, but you can still not sell them, you can still not close them, then that is the closing problem, because you need to learn how to close. You have to learn how to make them buy right this instant, right this moment. Because if you don't give them the reason to buy this moment, then they're going to think more about that and they are not going to buy it anymore, right? So that is what happens, guys. So when I was watching that video, I got that idea, like, oh, why are they fighting? They both of them are really, really good, but Grant Cardone, in my opinion, I think Grant Cardone was like interrupting lots and lots of Jordan Belfort's speeches. So when he was talking, he was interrupting a lot, and he knew that. He knew that he was even saying that, oh, I'm always like this, I don't listen to anyone. I was like, what? And then they were discussing more about sales and such, and it was pretty interesting, and I really suggest that you go and watch that. So yeah, that's what I want to tell you guys today. So don't forget to read Think and Grow Rich, because it's going to change your life. It's going to change your business. It's going to change the way that you look at life and your perspective on every single thing at all, because it's going to change the way that you think. And when you know how to think to actually grow rich, when I first saw that book, I didn't think that I'm going to read that, because it's Think and Grow Rich. I'm like, if you don't take actions, then you are not going to grow rich, right? How can you actually think and just grow rich? But this book definitely tells you how you can actually think and grow rich. Like, seriously. So you guys have to read that, and it's pretty interesting. So yeah, that's all for today, guys. Always share positivity. See you later.